I've been woodworking for 15 years and I have never hand cut a dovetail before. Let's see how hard I fail. But is failure all that it's cracked up to be? Let's get to work. I am getting schooled by Matt Esley. So far so good. Haven't screwed up the most basic part yet. I drew a line all the way around the wood.
Ruler, say you mark in, I don't know, 5mm from each.
Hey Google, what is a millimeter?
The millimeter or millimeter is a unit of length in the metric system equal to 1,000th of a meter.
So here I am before you in a vulnerable position. You see, I, like most people, don't want to appear stupid in front of a large group of people. My videos are generally well planned out so that I appear like I know what I'm doing and I know what I'm talking about. Emphasis on the appear. But I want to convince you that failing and making mistakes is an essential part of woodworking by making a complete fool of myself. This definitely applies to other ventures in learning as well as just life in general. But this ain't no TED Talk. Come on, this is just a hobby. And if you don't believe me, then have I got some testimonials for you.
Oh, I'm Keith Johnson and I make mistakes.
I'm Travis from Shop Nation and I don't make mistakes all the time. I make mistakes every time.
Hey guys, it's Brad from Fix This Build That, and like I always say, mistakes were made.
It's go time. Just gotta do it. Just gotta commit. Deeper. Okay. Whoop, nearly cut myself. Okay, halfway there. Living on a prayer. There are hundreds of videos about how to cut a dovetail correctly, and clearly, I am the most qualified to do that. Look, what I do know is that they are not the easiest of joints to pull off for the very first time, so I feel like I shouldn't just go ahead and make a dovetail drawer box right away. So this begs the question, should you practice a brand new technique first, or should you just jump in the deep end and do it on a project for the first time? I don't think there is a right answer here. Maybe you've never routed a dado before, but you have routed a rabbit before. So I think you'll be fine attacking that head on. But here I am with very little related experience for cutting dovetails by hand. So am I gonna start hacking into a board of Cocobolo? No. So you probably need to gauge your previous experiences with how difficult the technique is, with how precious you are about the material, and with your expectations of the final result. Because if it's shop furniture or whatever, I'd say just go for it and do whatever. But if it's something more precious, something more special, then there's definitely no shame in practicing. And I can already tell I'm gonna have to practice this a lot. I'm cutting these little end pieces off now. I am the best woodworker I know. Because I'm the only woodworker I know. All right, one down, one to screw up. Yes, the dovetail master. I don't need to tell you how to Google something or search for a woodworking technique, but I will caution you on a couple of things. Here on the YouTubes, you're going to find hundreds of videos on how to do a woodworking technique. You're also gonna have your books and magazines if you never watch YouTube. But what you shouldn't do is try and read and watch every single article and video. There's just simply too many. And too much information can be very paralyzing. Find some popular ones, watch a handful, and pick the one that resonates with you the most. One thing to look out for when you're looking at different techniques is the tools that they are using. Chances are you don't have every tool on earth, which is why marketing works so well on me. So just find techniques that are achievable with your tool set. And don't get discouraged if you don't have all the big machines. You can pretty much do everything in woodworking with just your teeth. Now, it's really easy to try a technique once and decide that it's not the right one for you based off a less than stellar first result. But I really think you should keep trying the same technique and get better at it before moving on to another one. Otherwise, you might just run in a circle, trying it different ways, only one time each, and you're not gonna do any of them very well. You gotta give them the benefit of the doubt to really understand it before moving on. And you might just grow to like it after several iterations, even if the first time isn't going so well. But man, I am really tired of chopping the waste in between the tails with a chisel, so... Don't mind me. Speaking of things not going well at first, if something is going wrong early on in the process of whatever you're doing, don't quit right away, throw it in the garbage, and start again. Every joint and technique will have a multi-step process to follow, and there are plenty of mistakes to be made in each step. So just plow through and discover as many as you can in the first time, rather than discovering a new hurdle every time you restart. Like in my tails board here, I was just paring down the waste and I put a dent in the middle tail. So what, am I gonna throw this in the garbage? No, because I haven't finished this yet, let alone start my pin board, and I guarantee you if I start this over again, I'm still gonna mess up the pin board, so I may as well just see this to completion. It's really easy to get discouraged from a lot of things in woodworking, like it's really easy to forget that you will continue to improve the more and more you do something, because this is my first time doing a dovetail and it kind of sucks, and every fiber of my being is telling me to throw this in the garbage and never try it again. But just because I'm screwing this joint up the first time doesn't mean my second or third try will be the same, so you just gotta keep telling yourself that to stay motivated to continue. You want to see a reenactment of what I just recorded without any audio? Whoa, look at me cut these pins really fast. Boom, look at it. Oh, so good. Yeah, dang, look at that. He's such a good dovetailer. I can't even believe it. That's basically what happened. I don't know if any of you can relate to this, but sometimes I think of myself as a bit of a perfectionist because it's important to me to do a good job with everything I do, and I set high expectations for myself. And this is a terrible thing because when I'm going for perfect, nothing ever gets done. And realistically, being a perfectionist just stems from personal insecurity about not wanting to look incompetent. And here I am, excited to be incompetent. Chasing some ideal of perfection is only going to inhibit your progress as a woodworker. Nothing is perfect. Nothing, particularly because wood is an organic substance that is never perfect to start with. And besides, attempting to get everything perfect in a project is going to absolutely paralyze you, and you're going to get nothing done. So just accept that you're going to make mistakes, and you can either brush them off and move on, or you can attempt to repair them, or if a mistake is really bad, sure, you can just start over, but just be reasonable. If you ask any woodworker if they've ever made a project without making any mistakes, the answer will always invariably be no. Oh no! Shoot. Oh, that just that up. The chisel just like somehow rotated. I don't know if you can see that right there, but it went right where it shouldn't have gone. Oh well. Never do that again. I probably will. I'll just say it's a feature. Ooh. I just drooled. I never thought I'd say this, but I'm actually getting a little excited to try out this dovetail. All this work is going to accumulate into disappointment. Give her a whirl, shall we? Look, no one wants to admit they've made a mistake. Nobody wants to look like a goof, but if you're not open to failure and you give up before you even really try, it's kind of hard to get better. Failure is only temporary and it's absolutely necessary. It seems like it's close, but it seems like it's tight. Going. Let's send her home. Don't know. seemed like it wasn't square, but it's in there. And yeah, that's a dovetail. It's special to me.